thing, but it's a lot of magical things that can happen with the times that we're in if you're willing to utilize this social media correctly. And that's what we're going to be diving in today. And just FYI, yes, I'm going to be talking about building or the importance of building your social media account up for yourself and your business. But also remember this too. The same stuff that I'm telling you you need to do for your social media account in order to get your branding and business out there in front of individuals, well, the government needs to do that too. So there's contracts available for the government literally to run social media accounts. So just FYI, keep that in mind. That's how important social media is, that there's multi-million-dollar contracts to manage social media accounts for the government, especially DOD. Just think about it. You see the Army and stuff on social media. I hope you don't think that there's a military person sitting right there playing around on the social media account. It is a contractor that's managing that social media account for the military. So it's a bunch of stuff that comes to this. We're going to dive into it today. So make sure that you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this feed out with 3 other entrepreneurs and business owners. And I know you guys know a lot of people that play around with social media all day. Well, let's let them learn about how they can make millions of dollars off this social media just by you sharing this video out. So I do thank each and every one of you guys. Also, we are here Tuesday through Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time Zone. On Tuesdays, we go over our mindset and business strategies on our Dollars to Cents podcast. On Wednesdays here, we go over 100% government contracting. And on Thursdays, we talk about systems and strategies, tools that can be utilized to help you grow your small business. Odds are we've been talking a lot about SB Money Flow. But we're going to be bringing in some other tools that you guys can utilize to help you guys with that business. As I'm a tech person, I love tech, and that's what I'm going to be sharing with you guys. So tune in. Let's get ready to dive into this thing, especially, social media is one of my fun things to talk about. It's actually helped change my life. I've met many of you all through social media, so that's the importance of it. But let's get ready to dive in here. Don't forget, put in the comments where you are tuning in from, whether you're watching live or you are watching on replay. You never know who you could possibly network with. That's, again, one of the beauties of social media, as well as put in there, I am a millionaire. Remember, guys, it starts with you. You got to be able to believe that you can do this in order for it to happen. It works. You don't have to question that. The only thing is, are you going to be willing to work it? And once again, if you're willing to do it, then it will happen for you. $1 million is coming your way. Now, as we get ready to talk about this thing called social media, now, I'll tell you this. You do not need to be on all the social media channels. Now, because I am talking about government contracting, I'm going to tell you LinkedIn is the most important social media channel in this ecosystem. It's more important than Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, any of that stuff. LinkedIn is at the top. So we need to really make sure that we're focusing on our LinkedIn accounts and making sure that they're optimized correctly for our niche audience. Now, I made a video yesterday on my YouTube channel. You're welcome to go back and watch that YouTube video on the Dollars to Cents segment. If you click on the live, or you can go back and watch that to get a little deeper understanding of the internet as I went into more details. But LinkedIn is the one that I really want you guys to focus on. Is looking to scale business. Now, if you're trying to sell hats or, some product on the internet, then by all means, the other channels, the Instagrams and the TikToks, they'll become a little more important because you're focused on selling to consumers. So that's a different story. But for the most part, when we talk government contracting, I'm expecting you to want to sell to government and to large corporation. And large corporation ain't playing around on Instagram looking for support. They may be playing around on Instagram to sell, but they're not playing around on Instagram to look for help. On LinkedIn, though, everybody's kind of looking for help on LinkedIn. Everybody kind of understands that LinkedIn is the business platform. And if you're not looking for help on LinkedIn, then you're the one providing the knowledge on LinkedIn. So if you're the one providing the knowledge on LinkedIn, you're providing it to the people who's looking for the help. So I'm really going to harp on your LinkedIn profile tonight. Now, after LinkedIn, guys, I'm going to say the next social media platform is YouTube. And we're strictly talking about for government. Okay. Now, the other reason why I'm saying YouTube. Now, I want you guys to just go turn on TV and look at Congress. Like Netanyahu was just talking today on Congress floor to the House of Representatives and the Senate. Now, the Democratic Party wasn't there, but that's neither here nor there. But if you look at the people in the audience, you would notice that majority of them are very old white men. Now, eventually here, as you can see, the President Trump VP that he chose, as well as the Democratic president selection of VP Harris. They're young, is what I'm trying to tell you. The government is starting to get a little bit younger at all levels. So the people who are procuring your products and services, the people who are looking for solutions to their problems in government, because you got to remember, you are literally selling to a person, not the government. It's a person inside of the government that you're selling to. So those people are getting younger, and guess where they're looking to get their information and their knowledge? Guess where they're looking to do their research, their market research, to find out, is there a company out there who can help me? Well, they're starting to look at these YouTube videos. They're starting to look on LinkedIn, and I'm going to show you guys this here in a little bit today. They're starting to look on LinkedIn to see who's writing articles about problems, that's providing the solutions. That's the power of social media. So LinkedIn's going to be first, YouTube's going to be second. And you've seen another one on the flyer here for tonight, and it was Eventbrite. The government loves putting their events on Eventbrite. So they may even have a contract with the government. I don't know. I got to check that one out. But every event that I see from local, state, and federal government, they're being put out there on Eventbrite. So you want to make sure you create that Eventbrite account so you can stay updated. Now with Eventbrite connects to Facebook. So now I'm going to say, we need LinkedIn, YouTube, Eventbrite / Facebook to go together. And this is the trifecta of social media accounts that you need when it comes to government contracting, just strictly government contracting. Now, to add other business in, by all means, we'll get to other accounts. I think as a business owner, you should have accounts on all the platforms. But those three we want to focus on. And the first one is LinkedIn before anything else. Okay? So I'm glad that we got that out of the way. Also, don't forget, guys, if you have any questions about anything that I go over, feel free to put them in the chat and I'll make sure I answer them. Just make sure that you continue to hit that like button, share this out with 3 other entrepreneurs and business owners. And if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, we're continuing to grow because of each and every one of you guys. So I do thank you guys. But let's get ready to dive into this thing here, okay? So, got a couple notes that I got here, and then we're going to go look at live information. So again, stay tuned because I'm going to show you guys some LinkedIn tricks after I go over the information. Now, the first thing when it comes to social media here, guys, is the importance of this social media is your brand visibility to your business. Now, yes, this stands true to all social media accounts, but I'm going to harp again. We're kind of strictly talking government contracting today to promote you in that niche industry. Okay. So our brand visibility, we're looking to showcase our expertise of the things that we know how to do. So how can we do that? We can talk about projects that we've previously worked on our LinkedIn account. We're going to put that type of stuff in our feed. We're going to talk about any achievements, awards that you've received. This is why y'all got to get into the streets and go to these conferences and things of that nature so you can get these plaques and awards, because people love pictures and people love seeing you next to somebody with a little award in your hand that got the business name on it and all that stuff. The reason why they like that is because it provides credibility. That's it. It's literally saying, hey, somebody sees you as a person of influence, as a person of knowledge, and you shared it with the rest of the world. So if that person sees you as somebody of knowledge and influence, then we should see you as the same. So you want to make sure that you're getting all of that stuff out. The next thing when it comes to brand visibility is the opportunity to network. I mean, before social media, when I was getting started out in my business over 11 years ago, I mean, the only way that I was networking was boots on the ground. I actually had to be in DC. I had to walk the streets of DC because parking is so crazy. So, you actually had to walk out in the heat from building to building or jump on the metro because, you're not going to find a parking spot and you sweating bricks by the time you get into the building. Well, it's not like that anymore. Times have changed. I can network with people all across the United States and in other countries. If I want to do government contracting overseas, I can connect with actual government officials, like the stakeholders. I can actually connect with them right in their DM. Like, these times are completely different. The decision makers to opportunities, I can connect straight to them through social media. So when we talk about networking, I mean, networking has gone to just a completely another level when we include social media into this thing. So this is why you guys want to make sure that you're focusing on this because of that brand visibility. Number 2 is target marketing. Now, I told you guys that the government is getting younger. They're starting to look like my age in the government, maybe late 40s, early 50s. Well, that era still is with technology. They have social media accounts too. Now, the beauty about social media accounts, guys, if you really, really learn about this thing, is that we can target who our content gets put in front of, right? Especially with LinkedIn. When you start thinking about government contracting, you got to understand government contracting is not just the government that we're looking to work with, but we're also looking to work with the industry, the private sectors. We need partners, right? We're looking for subcontractors and potential prime teammates and things of that nature. Well, again, how do I get in front of them? Well, we can do it real fast in today's time through target marketing, running ads to specific people, whether it's like LinkedIn and people's job titles, even CEO owners, right? You can now get your information that you want to talk about directly in front of them and nobody else, thanks to the targeting ad capabilities of social media. And I'm telling you guys, LinkedIn is one of the key players to this when it comes to government contracting. But Facebook is also another key place to run targeted ads to. And once again, it's not just like job titles. You could target actual locations, right? So you could put the zip code in. You could target, TV shows or something of that nature, famous people. I mean, it's so many different things that you could target to get yourself in front of the people that you need to help you change your life. The other thing with the social media, when we're talking about target marketing, you should only create niche content to the people that you're looking for support from. So if you know you need certain subcontractors or prime contractors, you should be creating content on your platform for them. If you know that you're trying to get the attention of the government for DoD transportation contracts, well, you should be talking about hauling secret things, right? Or large objects. You know, when you see them trucks on the road and they got to have escorts and all that stuff, well, why don't you record some of your stuff you doing this sometimes, so this is what you can promote, and that is what your customer is looking for, and stop dancing on the videos. Your customer ain't looking for you to dance on no videos. This is the difference with social media and business. Business people are on social media, but they're not looking for you to be dancing. They're looking for the solution to their problem. So when you create that content, it's literally just the solution that I'm talking about all of the time. I'm not worried about if my friends enjoy my social media accounts or not. That's not who I have this for. We're targeting exactly who can help change our lives. Number 3, direct engagement. Now, I think this may be one of the most important things. I said it a little bit earlier here, but you can communicate directly with the agency that has your money. So I teach you guys to follow the money first. Now, if you realize like Health and Human Services or Department of Energy is spending the most money that you got, well, guess what? They have a social media account. You should go over to LinkedIn and find their small business page. Again, we're about to go look at this stuff live. I'm giving you guys just the overview, but then I'm about to go show you guys exactly what I'm talking about here in a second. But you're able to literally connect with the agency's small business department straight through social media. And you can ask them questions right there on social media. Some of them aren't being ran by contractors. Some of them actually are being ran by government personnel. So that is something that you can check out right there. As well as you got, well, I was going to say you got contract officers on there too, but a lot of them like to try to hide. They don't want to show you their social media account. But again, I'm going to show you some techniques tonight that you could utilize to help with your searching to find this. The other thing when we're talking about direct engagement, when it comes to shaking hands and kissing babies, networking with people, I believe the hardest way to network is to try to talk to somebody that you know absolutely nothing about. It becomes extremely easy if you can find a connection before you even get in front of the individuals. And social media allows this to happen today. I can look at somebody's social media account and tell if they got kids, that's going off to college. So now we could talk about the college that your kids are going to. We could talk about your pets, your dogs that you got and things of that nature. So I can make that connection right there. We can talk about, cartoon characters, if you into the anime thing, right? I'm finding the connection for the people I need to talk to before I actually go get in front of them, right? Now, the other thing with the direct engagement is you're able to get insight on social media to your potential customer, which could be business to business or business to government. Remember, we need to partner and team with people. So I need to learn a little bit more about that company before I go try to wine and dine that company and get on their team. I can find all of this information out by just taking my time and looking at social media. And if it's somebody like myself, right? So let's say you're going to go look at my business to partner with me. Well, hell, you could just go look at my Instagram stories for about a week and pretty much learn who I am. You could come watch my YouTube videos that I got tons of them sitting right there, and you can learn how I talk, how I communicate, and how I see myself moving forward. So now you already know how to interact with me before you get down in front of me. And that is the game changer here with social media in 2024. Number 4, you get to stay updated. Guys, I don't know if you know this or not, but opportunities get awarded through social media. Now, what I mean by this is they're not saying, hey, we're diving in your DM and we're going to award you $1 million contract. That's not what I mean at all. When I say opportunities are getting awarded through social media, because of that direct engagement that I can do with the government and social media by seeing their problems, because they may have wrote a blog about their problem. They may have a video that they posted about their problem. They may have their live industry day that they posted about their problems. Well, now that I can express and show to them through social media how much of an expert I am in my business and explain it to them all right here, well, now I got the potential to engage with them directly, that they can call me in, right? They can send an email in and they can figure out like, okay, well, Travis, like we watched your YouTube videos. We looked at your LinkedIn account. We truly believe that you could solve this problem. Well, we got a direct award waiting for you. We got a test pilot program that we want to see that you could do. We want to see if you can make this happen. And it's literally this simple right here. The other beauty about social media and government contracting with opportunities is there's a thing called a white paper. Now, LinkedIn becomes key here. Every president, I don't care which president is about to win this election, both of them have to do something about energy. That's one big problem that we got in America right now, especially with AI coming in. We got an energy consumption problem. We're consuming more energy than we're producing. So if you are a specialist in the energy sector, you should be writing white papers right now talking about how you can solve the energy problem in America. I don't care if you're talking about creating energy farms in the middle of the United States because you found 400 acres of land that's just sitting there, and you put together a plan that if we took them 400 acres of land and we put these panels right here, because according to the sun and blah, 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 we could collect this much energy and supply that. You go write a white paper about that and you post it onto LinkedIn, and now all of a sudden that white paper gets in front of the decision maker of the government. Guess who they gonna call in to ask, how can you help us with our energy problem? The person that wrote the white paper. And guess what ends up happening? Because the person that called you in isn't as educated as energy for the people. This is why, they were out there doing market research looking for you. When they call you in because they read your white paper that explained everything, and they talk to you again so they can get a better understanding, all of a sudden you look up, there's a contract for energy. And when you read it, guess how it's written? It's written including everything you wrote in the white paper. That's their way of trying to tell you, we're trying to give you the contract. All you got to do is go bid. Now, if they couldn't directly award it to you because it may have been too large, well, they covered it up this other way. They took your white paper and your words, they put it in a contract so it could be fair and open to everybody. But you're the only one that wrote that white paper. You're the only one that know how that thing is supposed to be talking. Now, all of a sudden, it's your contract. That's the power of what social media can do for you guys when it comes to government contracting. And the other thing is industry trends. You guys get to stay up to date with the news. I mean, we're looking at natural disasters going on. You're looking at Texas electricity going out all the time. We got tornadoes and hurricanes coming through. We got a war going on. I mean, they're literally just talking about all of the money and opportunities on social media every day. You just got to get the emotions out of the way of how media is trying to explain it and pay attention to the business of what's going on. Most people was looking at the Israeli president, whatever he is, prime minister, I don't know. I don't pay attention to none of that stuff. They was looking at him with emotions. As I was listening to him today, I was listening to him talk about more problems. I heard him talk about, well, we got a problem with Iran going on. Now, again, I'm not here to judge. I ain't no judge, jury, executioner. They not asking me my opinion about this. All I heard was it's about to be some more money spent. Because trust me, that country that he talking about, they ain't just backing down. I heard him talking about putting together an alliance. Well, that alliance is going to cost some money. It's traveling that's going to have to go on. A whole lot of traveling with personnel going back and forth. Hotels being stayed at, food being consumed left and right. That's just government contracting money. I'm hearing the problem so I can provide the solution. If you stay up to date on social media of the insight of your industry, you will find yourself just walking into an opportunity. Number 5. Community building. Again, this is also one of the highest up there on my list of the importance of social media. Now, we're talking about government contracting, and you guys hear this stuff talking about middleman, which, some call it illegal, some call it legal. There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing proper middleman work where you're actually doing some of the work and then another party's doing some of the other work. Like, it's called prime and subcontracting. It's just the middleman is just a sexy term to put up there. Some people are utilizing it in a bad way and some people are utilizing it correctly. But what I'm telling you is if you want to perfect that middleman strategy, well, having a community will allow that to happen. I'll give you an example. I always give a shout out to TTG. It's a whole trucking community. I tell them all the time, see, look, if you got 1 or 2 trucks right now, well, guess what happens when you're a part of a community that all the people in there own trucks? And all of you guys network and communicate, right? I see them show up to events together. I see them constantly talking to each other in the group. I don't care what's going on the outside of the world. I'm not talking about what they post on the internet outside of the group. I'm talking about the people that are inside of TTG, how they communicate and how they trust each other. Well, guess what happens? Since they got this community that they put together, they can now look at contracts that require 100 trucks. And now one person can go after that and partner with the community. And see, if they just looked at it by themselves of only having 1 or 2 trucks, when they read the contract and they said we need 100 trucks, they would feel nervous and they would go, oh man, I can't do this. I really want to do this, but I can't do it because I don't have the capacity. But when you have a group, a community of like-minded individuals, well, your capacity changes. And the government allows this to happen. They know that you probably got to get a teammate. They know that you probably got to have a subcontractor. They know that you probably got a joint venture with other businesses to raise the capacity of what you can do. They get it. They understand that they got $50 million contracts out there and one small business can't do it by itself, but 5 of them together can crush it. They already know that. They got things in place for us to work together. We just ain't working together. So what I'm trying to tell you is building that community on social media is extremely important. The other thing about building a community, you can actually build a community full of stakeholders if you build it correctly. You could build a community of CEOs. You could build a community of government personnel. And I'm going to share with you guys here in a minute when we go actually look at the live stuff that I'm talking about. This white guy on LinkedIn, I'm telling you, he's crushing it. I can't even hate it. He's killing it on LinkedIn every time I watch him, and he's building a community behind it, and it got government in it. And that is a game changer. Hey, look, I hope to, catch up to him one day. I got to really sit down and figure out his strategy of how he's doing it. Once again, guys, make sure that you guys are hitting that like button, that subscribe button, share this out with 3 other entrepreneurs and business owners so they can figure out the importance of social media and government contracting merging together to take their business to the next level. Now, I told you guys all of this to help you with government contracting, but remember, as you perfect your social media, the government needs the service too. So the better you get at it, well, that's another vertical that you could add into your scope of work of what you could do for the government, run their social media accounts. Now let's get ready to dive over here. Don't forget, if you guys got any questions about anything that I go over, feel free to put them in the chat. This is your opportunity to get those questions answered. There is no dumb question, so go ahead and ask them whenever you feel free. Now I'm about to change my screen here because I want to share with you guys a little something that I have here. Now, also, if you guys want to take advantage of what I'm about to share here with you, I'm actually going to put this in our community so you guys can take a better look at it. I actually got to move this up here. All right. So I have a LinkedIn cheat sheet here because, as I told you guys, LinkedIn is going to be the most important platform to me when it comes to your social media here. So I really want you guys to focus in on optimizing your social media account for LinkedIn correctly. Every platform, you have to learn the platform and how to optimize it. Now, what I mean by optimizing it is LinkedIn is nothing but a search engine. People go to LinkedIn and they search it for information. And if they don't search for information, they scroll like on Instagram, and LinkedIn is doing the searching for them. It's recommending based off what they do, who is the person or the content that I should put in front of your face. That's still a search engine. So in order for us to get in front of the exact clientele that we want, whether it's government or business, we need to know as much as we can about them so we can optimize our account to get their attention. And now, again, when we look at LinkedIn, your headline, this is one of the most important things. This is your opportunity to really be creative and let people know who you are. But here's a key about this. I'm not creating an account for the world. Like, I'm not over here telling you I'm one of the best sons out here. I grew up in the Washington, D.C. area. I graduated from Virginia State. That ain't, nobody cares. Instead, you should take this time to tickle my feather. You know what my problems are because you know you took your time and you know who I am. You know what my problem is. You should be creatively telling me how you're an expert to that problem. Now, when I read it, I'm like, oh man, they're a specialist. I actually want to follow them so I can learn more about them because they solve my number one problem. And that's what I'm here for, to find the people who can solve my problems. Your name, guys, is first and last name. This ain't Instagram, which I don't think that you should do that on Instagram either. But don't be having none of these character names up there and all of that crazy stuff. I really don't know why people put crazy stuff on their Instagram account. When I see this, I already know that you're not really trying to handle business on social media. You should have your name on social media. And you also should always make things easy to spell. Now, if you got a name that's just hard to spell because your parents named you like that, that's a different story. But never put stuff up here that makes it hard for people to remember how to spell. So as you can see right here is James Eaton, award-winning sports psychologist who works with some of the best sports people in the UK. Right? So, you know, if you're a sports person in the UK, like, okay, James Eaton is the person that you should go to. Your profile picture, guys, it ain't a bunch of stuff in the background of your profile picture on LinkedIn. It's you. A very clear image of you. your URL that you have on your LinkedIn. I don't want to see no pub James, blah, 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 blah. Look, it's real smooth. James Eaton. LinkedIn.com/IN/James Eaton. Mine is Travis Davis. Very simple for people to remember how to get to. As I stated with your profile picture before, it needs to be professional. This ain't Facebook. This ain't Instagram. This is LinkedIn. Put a suit on, put a skirt on, and all it needs to be is the top. You ain't got to put the pants and stuff on. I ain't tell you to take a full body picture. It should be a headshot, which is right here and up. You can make this look real good. Find a white wall in your house, a black wall, a solid color. Don't you have nothing crazy going on in the background. This is for professional. Don't have no animals and stuff in your background. Don't have no hats on or anything of that nature. This ain't about what I should be allowed to do. Miss me with that. I get tired of hearing that I shouldn't have to do X, Y, and Z. This is what you got to do. Look professional on a professional social media platform. If you don't want to do this, go to TikTok. You can dance and look crazy on TikTok and jump off stuff and just look real ignorant. That's okay over there. Come over to LinkedIn looking ignorant, and trust me, I know the results that you're going to get behind that. We're professional at all times over on LinkedIn. Your background. Now, guys, I love this background opportunity. Once again, most people, when they're looking to fill this stuff out, they're just putting a bunch of jargon up here. I told you, this is your opportunity to explain to people your expertise of solving problems. So, for instance, if I work for Lockheed Martin, like I ain't just saying, man, I worked for Lockheed Martin for 3 years as a senior sports psychologist. These were my duties. And I just have it listed out. No. As I explain my duties, I'm also writing it in a way of explaining how I solve a problem with them duties. So when you read it and you understand you have that same problem, well, now you go, well, wait a minute. Travis is an expert in this niche industry. Not only is he an expert in this niche industry, but he also did it for Lockheed Martin. And if Lockheed Martin had him doing it for him, he got to be able to do it for me. Y'all see how this stuff starts to correlate? And again, this is what, past performance from what your business has done as well as what you have done. You should have 2 separate pages, one for the business, one for the personal. Again, if you guys join my group, let me put this in right here again. If you guys visit travisknows.com, I don't care. I do care how you spell nose. Put KNOWS, travisknows.com. Once you come here, you can click on join our community for free. Doesn't cost you a dime. And I'm going to make sure that I put the link to this LinkedIn cheat sheet that I got right here inside of the group. So you guys will be able to download this and get your LinkedIn account set up correctly. Remember too, your projects, that's going to be another key right there of things that you've done. In LinkedIn, people can actually endorse you. The education point is key as well. And I'll show you guys a little search tactic when it comes to the education side of that. And the reason that that's important is because of this connections right here. Connections on LinkedIn has been my best thing. And once again, I'm going to show you guys live the strategy that I use behind the connections. All right. Now, again, why should you go about completing your LinkedIn profile correctly? Only 51% of the LinkedIn users have 100% of their profile completed. You get to stand out immediately by just making sure that you completed every aspect of your LinkedIn profile. And trust me, all you got to do is use Canva, Canva already got the templates of the sizing formats and all that stuff. You just type LinkedIn in there and it'll give you the template. These are your sizes of all the photos that you need to make sure that you have. So again, when you go over there to Canva, all you do is make sure that you got the correct sizes out there. And we put these right here for your banner, your square image for your logo, et cetera, et cetera. And then, of course, we tell you how you should go about doing your outreach utilizing LinkedIn. And there's a whole lot more in here. I'm not going to go over all of the rest of the details. Once again, join the community and you'll be able to download this sheet so you can get all of your stuff up to date. But what I will tell you guys is once you learn how to do this, you actually just unlock Pandora's box for yourself, because you're going to be able to take yourself to a whole nother level. And I'm actually going to show you guys exactly what I mean by that. When you hang out with us, guys, well, we have SB Money Flow that can actually automate all of that social media stuff. So once you get your account optimized correctly and you know the content and stuff that you want to do, well, we can actually come right here and we can automate and schedule the content to get posted to your social media account, as well as we can automate the responses as people comment and DM you messages, and we can automate what happens after that. So if you know the content that you're making and the call to action that you're telling the people to do in that content, well, you can automate what happens after they take the action that you tell them to do. And now we got software and tools that can do the rest of the work for us and weed out the window shoppers and bring us the buyers. It's all right here. Not only that, we got Pure Money AI that's programmed out correctly that will teach you, well, not teach you, AI ain't teaching you nothing, it's doing for you, that you can actually come down here to your social media posts, and these are already programmed to know, okay, I need to make content for LinkedIn. Now I can get my content knocked out right here with Pure Money AI. So again, I can just go schedule that and get it posted. That's the power of this thing. Now let's take a look at what I'm talking about, this LinkedIn thing right here. So let's say, hey, Travis, I'm out there and, I'm looking at contract opportunities and I see that HHS has all of my money. So I'm coming over here and I'm saying HHS small business. And then we're just going to see the results. Now that I typed HHS small business in, well, guess what? There's people here that chances are Shannon Jackson is probably connected with HHS. Let's take a look. Well, he's the Executive Director, Office of Small Disadvantaged Business Utilization for the United States Department of Health and Human Services. I think you should probably follow Mr. Jackson here. I'm pretty sure as I go sit down here and look at Mr. Jackson's stuff, I can learn a lot more about him. I can learn the education that he went to. I can see the skill sets that he has, that he's a green belt 6 Sigma. So as I'm going to approach HHS to talk about technology, I should probably have a Lean 6 Sigma person on my team. Why? Because Mr. Jackson obviously likes a Lean 6 Sigma because he got it as an endorsed skill set. So when he's looking at projects, he's probably looking at it through the lens of the Green Belt 6 Sigma. This is educating yourself. I can look at the experience of the different places that he worked at. Now, I may be telling myself, well, I really, really need to get Mr. Jackson's attention because HHS really, really got my money. And they got all the problems I can solve. I did my research. I took my time. Well, guess what? If I come look right here and I'm saying, well, wait a minute, you know what? Mr. Jackson don't know who I am at all. Well, I can click on this mutual connections. And I can start to look through my mutual connections and go, well, wait a minute. Eldon, I went to school with Eldon at Virginia State University. Let me reach out to Eldon because I can have a genuine conversation with Eldon. I mean, we could just talk, right? We could talk offline. I could talk to him about some Virginia State BS, and then we could come back to the business. And I could say, hey, Eldon, do you know this guy, Mr. Jackson? Eldon, yeah, I know Mr. Jackson. I used to work for him. I'm just throwing a scenario out there. I don't really know if he did or not. I used to work for him. Could you set up an introduction meeting between me and Mr. Jackson? Boom, you in the door. Why? Because you utilize social media to do your job. That's how powerful this thing is, if you allow it to work for you. Now, the other beauty about this LinkedIn connection is I can actually see how close the people are. Are they first, second, or third connections to Mr. Jackson? And remember, I said I wanted first connections. I don't want the third. So all of these people right here should have a little closer connection to him. But guess what? Maybe I don't have any connections. Well, if I come over here, I can also look and say, well, look, LinkedIn telling me, well, wait a minute. If you are interested in Mr. Jackson, who works for small business department at HHS that focuses on helping small businesses, well, look over here. I'm pretty sure that Darlene Bullock probably got something to do with small business too. Let's take a look. She's the Senior Executive Service Executive Director, Office of Small Disadvantaged Business Utilization for Homeland Security. Well, now I just took myself to Homeland. Well, maybe I couldn't make a connection with Mr. Jackson, but I graduated from the University of Maryland, College Park as well. So I can connect myself to Ms. Bullock because we are in the same alumni committee for Department of Maryland. I need to show up to the alumni meetings because Ms. Bullock there. And now I need to build the relationship with Ms. Bullock, and Ms. Bullock is going to take me back to Mr. Jackson once we can make this connection. And she's going to simply ask me one day, Travis, how can I help you? Man, I was waiting for that day. You can help me by introducing me to your friend, Mr. Jackson. Oh, that's all you wanted? All I wanted. And just like that. But as you guys can see, it keeps going deeper. I could just keep looking on this left-hand side. Sam Lee, I'm pretty sure he's the Director of Policy Planning Liaison, U.S. Small Business Administration. He's directly connected with the SBA. I'm showing you how it's all connected. This is why you got to get on social media and talk. Now, look. The more you start creating content on LinkedIn, what's going to happen here, see if I can find one of them. Of course, you should be commenting under people's stuff. But every now and then, LinkedIn sends me a message. And again, I got to do a better job at responding. As I'm telling y'all to do this stuff, but I'll be a little lazy on this stuff sometimes. Blame it on the government contracts. I don't really need to do this stuff. But I can't find it off the top of my head. LinkedIn will ask you to give your opinion on articles. Like this article, right? No, that's not an article. So I could probably look at CrowdStrike, and I can come under CrowdStrike where they're talking about all this. And if I start commenting under here and bring my influence, look at all these influential people who are just commenting that guess what? I'm pretty sure the government is looking at and reading as well. Simply because I brought my expertise here. Now, there was a gentleman here that I want to show you guys that he's really, really good at building this community on LinkedIn when it comes to government contracting. His name is Neil McDonald. He has tons of government information. I mean, he probably got more than me. He talks about this stuff every day. What does he have right here? He optimized his LinkedIn account that has a button that somebody could click on and subscribe to his newsletter. His newsletter, he's got 122. He's got 17,000 subscribers to his weekly newsletter. That means people are coming to his group to read what he got to talk about. Nobody else. Do you think it ain't no government personnel in this 17,000 people? Let me actually go click on Neil McDonald. Let's take a look at his connections. Now, we got 206 connections. I'm pretty sure because we both are in the government contracting industry. He got 31,000 followers. I wish I had that many on LinkedIn. I got it on the other platforms, but I should have it on LinkedIn. Now that I'm sitting right here and I'm saying, okay, well, I can take a look at all of his following and his connections. And I'm telling you, a lot of them, look, GSA schedule and federal proposal expert. I could probably look here and go, the current companies. I don't know if they would have government as a company. Probably not. Let's see if they got DOD on there anywhere. Show results. No, I figure it wouldn't pop up like that. I'm trying to see if I can pull up the actual government personnel that's following him that I know for a fact that he has government personnel. Founder, executive director, Chamber of Commerce executive. Y'all should be having connections with people at the Chamber of Commerce. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but usually like the president and stuff of the Chamber of Commerce is a business owner. And also 9 times out of 10, the presidents and stuff of those Chamber of Commerce are also in Greek organizations. So that's another thing that you can take advantage of. But the more of what I'm just trying to show you guys is the importance of building community. And once again, Neil, I believe is his name. Neil, he's done an amazing job at building community here on LinkedIn. Now, this is a person that you could say, okay, well, if I want to correctly build on LinkedIn, and you notice I'm not telling you me, I'm a little lazy with it. I took my stuff up on Instagram first and learned that one opposed to LinkedIn, because at the time back in the day, LinkedIn was for the dweebs, and I was 24 years old. I was trying to do what was popular for my age group. But I absolutely should have started here on LinkedIn and really dove into, taking it to the next level. It's never too late. That's why I'm teaching this stuff to you guys now. It's never too late. If you're a person that needs to find a way, here, one of the best ways, LinkedIn. So definitely dive into LinkedIn. Optimize your account a whole lot more. Follow the right individuals that can help change your life. And I'm telling you, it's going to do some amazing things for you guys. Once again, join us over in our community. If you go visit TravisKnows with an S on the end.com, you can click right here, join our community completely for free. And you will get this LinkedIn cheat sheet that I have right here that I'll put in the community here a little bit later on. Also, don't forget, we do have tons and tons of government support for you guys. If you go to govconcheatcodes.com, you can find everything that we got going on for you. If you're trying to get educated in government contracting a little bit more, all you got to do is come here to programs and you go to our GovCon Cheat Codes University, and this will actually take you to my full back office. Yes, there is a price to it, but we got tons and tons of training located in our back office of GovCon Cheat Codes University. But I got a special for you guys going on. I understand that every business needs software. You're just not going to become a multi-million-dollar government contractor without having the proper software in place. So I wanted to make this special for you guys. If you actually come here to softwares and go to SB Money Flow, for the month of July, when you get started and you get the Elevate plan, I'm going to include GovCon Cheat Codes University for you, as well as that Pure Money AI, so you can let that AI create your content and so much more for you. You're going to get that included as well when you get the Elevate plan of SB Money Flow. So that's for this month. I highly advise you guys to get into it. And you're also going to get access to our money cards. Guys, this is one of our best networking solutions right here. You may have heard of like the dot cards and things of that nature. My camera ain't trying to zoom it in or whatnot, but this is just like the dot cards. You're literally going to be able to tap phones and devices to transfer your contact information while you're out there networking. And it's going to come straight back to your CRM tool, SB Money Flow here, so you can automate the things that happen after that and follow up with the individuals that you need to in order to succeed. So get started today. Go to sbmoneyflow.com, or again, if you just visit travisknows.com, you'll see the tab up here for SB Money Flow, and you can get yourself started. Don't forget, we are here each and every week. We are here Tuesday through Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time zone. Make sure that you guys are hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button. When you guys find a video that's on my YouTube channel, because we got tons of training on YouTube, when you find a video that you like and a nugget that you like, I want you to share that out with 3 other entrepreneurs that need to hear that nugget too, and then screenshot it. Give me a shout out. Let me know that you just picked up a nugget right there. And with that said, if you guys picked up anything from tonight, I want you to go ahead and drop a fire sign down there in the comments, or any of the money emojis. You can go ahead and drop that down in the comments. That's the only way that I understand that you picked up anything that I put down for you tonight. Tomorrow we will be back here going over SB Money Flow and some of these tools right here of how you can utilize them to help you with your social media. And one of the ones that I'm going to be sharing with you is some software over on make.com for automations and some things that we have created for you guys. So you want to make sure that you tap in tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time zone, so you can stay up to date with that. Let me make sure I didn't miss any questions before I get out of here. I don't see any that I did miss. Last but not least, I got to give a shout outs to my admin team here. Shout outs to Courtney. You know, if you guys have not already checked Courtney out, he comes on our channel usually on Mondays, but he'll be here this Friday teaching you guys. I believe I seen certifications in government contracting, but show him some love each and every week as he goes live on the channel here, as we try to provide you guys with more information. So definitely check him out. I don't see Simone or Deshanti, so they're on other videos, but those are the other 2 admins that we have in the group as well. So when you guys see them, give them a shout out too. They'll definitely be inside of the community when you guys do join us over there. Outside of that, that's all I got for you guys tonight. I love you all. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me here tonight. I'll talk with you guys tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And don't forget, when the music goes off, this will go off. I love you all, and I'll talk with you later.
Just different.
Yeah. You already know what it is. Pure money, baby. I keep a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. Said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. I said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Come and hang with the gang. Get some free game added to your mainframe. Gotta keep your mind sharp, we gotta maintain. And it's even better when the squad on the same thing. Steady swishing on the competition. We ain't tripping about the opposition. We on a mission and we got a vision. People in need, we believe we got it like I keep a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. Said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. Said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money never stepped on. We increasing positivity into the stress zone. Satan tried to hold the squad back, but we kept on. We ain't making this up, no Revlon. I ain't trying to make you blush, but this a highlight. We send the high vibes, homie, this a high life. We rising far above the game, that's a flyby. But we still connected to the source, that's that Wi-Fi. Reception, now we answer the call. This squad taking questions and we answer them all. We don't wanna see you fall, we wanna see you ball. We all